organizers of this program. Thank you for inviting me to this program. Participants, ladies and gentlemen, I assume that you are already aware of the topic of my lecture. If not, let me repeat it. It is happiness with success. Or to be more specific, it is the psychology of happiness with success. This title is for the general public. But if the audience is inclined for more for Indian philosophy, I will change the title as the psychology of Shreyas. Shreyas is a Sanskrit word for certain concept. And if the audience is managers and psychologists, I can make a slight modification. Then the topic is the psychology of personal efficacy. Now let me come back to this. Happiness with success. You may just ask me, why don't change the title as happiness and success, not happiness with success? Happiness and success implies a slightly different. Now, if you draw a circle for happiness, another circle for success, and if the success circle is completely overlapping the happiness, then there is no difference between happiness and success. It is one and the same. If the circle of success is entirely different from the circle of happiness, they are kept apart, then they are entirely two different things. So the connection between the two is possible only when there is an intersection between happiness and success. That's why you use the term happiness with success. Now you may ask the question, what is happiness? What is success? I think I have to give some definition to these terms to proceed ahead. Happiness is a feeling. It is a mood. It is an emotion. You may ask, what is the difference between mood, feeling, and emotion? Mood is general feeling for a longer period, whereas feeling is short. Emotion is very strong. All this could be there. Joy is an emotion. A pleasant experience is a feeling. A prolonged feeling is called a mood. And what are the characteristics of these things? One, I will just use the term PERMA, P-E-R-M-A. P-E stands for pleasant emotion. R stands for relationship. M stands for meaning. And E stands for achievement. So all these four elements are there in happiness. There should be a goal and there should be an achievement of that goal. Number two, you should have a feeling that what you are doing is meaningful. A feeling meaningful life. And you should have cordial relationship with others. And of course, the feeling, the pleasant feeling and emotions. These are the essential aspects of happiness. What about success? Success, again, there is common element. There is an achievement of the goal. That A is here in success also. If there is no goal, there is no success. And there is a difference in certain things in a success. If the success leads to enhancement of your own greatness, your higher positions in life, your greater possessions in life, you have an intention to get certain fruit out of this. In that case, that aspect I will call prayers, not Shreyas. But if you really do not have this personal intention as such, but this comes as a consequence of your actions. Or what I must say is, in Hindu philosophy, the famous Bhagavad Gita, that's a saying, do your work for its own sake. Don't expect any, don't do it for a reward or for a benefit for you. So if you just do that, this praise becomes Shreyas. And in other words, I will say, you, sorry. In other words, I may say that you should be effective. Effective means achieving the goal. Effectiveness is always means achieving a certain desired or set goal. But that alone is not sufficient for real success. There is surface level success, there is a real success. Surface level success is only for a short period for attaining the goal. But the real success means that this attainment of the goal should be efficient. The process should be efficient. Just not achieving. I somehow managed to achieve something, not that aspect. I achieved in an efficient manner. And third category is that I achieved it without sacrificing my social and ethical norms and values. Then only it is a sustained success. Prayers is a sustained success, whereas prayers is not a sustained success. So these aspects. Now, let me shift the emphasis from happiness to success to personal efficacy. What is the meaning of personal efficacy? In fact, personal efficacy is not a popular term in psychology. A better popular term is self-efficacy. The term self-efficacy coined and popularized by Dr. Albert Bandura. It says that every individual has some belief that he is competent and confident in excelling in certain areas. That area could be an academic. That area could be sports and games. That area could be anything. But in that particular area, he has got strong confidence and competence. The concept personal efficacy means it is general, not confined to one small specific area. And there, the person feels or assumes or person has got the conviction or belief that he is competent and confident in meeting all the challenges in life without anxiety, without worry, without fear, and without tension, without any stress. So let it be anything, he can face the situation. And when he can face the situation, it is very easy for him to achieve the goal. And once he achieves the goal without any personal interest, that is Shreyas, and that is equal to personal efficacy. Now, the question that you may ask, what are the factors associated with personal efficacy? For my research work, I have found only two factors. Factor number one is people orientation. That means you are always in a group, you are always with a team, and you have to consider the feelings and thoughts of other people as a leader as well as a member of the group. I may also say that it is people management. People management or people orientation. The word orientation shows more disposition or attitude or mindset, whereas management refers to the practice of it. The other factor is performance management or performance orientation. In performance orientation, the focus is more on task accomplishment, task performance, problem solving, and decision making. These are the elements of this performance. You may again ask the question, how did he arrive at this? That these are the two factors associated with personal efficacy. There must be some methodology for arriving at a conclusion. So what I have done to arrive at these two factors is resorting to statistical method called factor analysis. In factor analysis, you are trying to reduce a large number of variables into smaller numbers. If there are, let us say, 100 variables that you want to just which are related to a particular phenomenon, you can't study all these things. You have to reduce it by using some logic. For instance, you will read the dictionary to find out how many words are there describe the human behavior. One author has tried to do this, and he found that there are 8,000 such words. But shall we take all the 8,000? It is not necessary, because many of the words are there as antonyms, synonyms, somewhat almost several same meaning. So the whole thing can be reduced. And here in this factor analysis, the reduction is by a statistical method. So I had taken 10 behavioral traits based on my discussion with the managers, based on the review of literature. And these 10 are different. Number one, how are you in your autonomy, psychological autonomy? Psychological autonomy is not independence. No, there is a difference. If you are free from others, that means you are independent. But if you are free to take your own decisions and actions without really seeking approval, appreciation, encouragement, then the word I will use for it is not independence. The word that I will use it is autonomy, psychological autonomy. If a person doesn't have the psychological autonomy, he can never be a leader. He can never be a happy person. So this is one trait, behavioral trait. Another behavioral trait is intimacy with people. By intimacy, I mean you are ready to share your personal experience with others, with your friends, with whom you are interacting, rather than always inhibiting and keeping reservation on these things. So if you have these two qualities, one is psychological autonomy, the other one is intimacy, you are likely to exhibit a behavior pattern or 4 types of behavior patterns. If your autonomy is very high, intimacy is also very high, the pattern of behavior that you may exhibit to others is that of assertiveness. You are an assertive type of person. You have no inhibition in expressing your ideas. You are not afraid of what others will think of you. And you don't crave for appreciation and encouragement from other people. So that assertiveness. Supposing that your position is high in autonomy, but low in intimacy, then what happens? The whole thing undergoes a change. Now the behavior pattern is not assertiveness, the behavior pattern is dominant. And if the autonomy is very low, but intimacy is very high, the behavior pattern is submissiveness. So I have taken these 50 minutes. I have taken these 10 factors and reduced into 2 based on the correlation, the commonness. And these behavior patterns and behavior traits, let me just conclude, because of time factor I'm just saying. Let me just conclude that happiness with success is within your hands, provided you would develop these assertiveness, social extraction leadership, I am okay, you are okay in relationship, and quick decision, but slow action. If you develop these things, your personal efficacy will be very high, and naturally you can experience happiness with success. If these are very poor, the soul will be forever. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me to express my ideas. Okay.